How does Candida overgrowth affect your mental health? Which actually is what it is, the root problem of it is. Look at this. Okay, so if you wanted to know how Candida overgrowth impacts your mental health, so it disrupts the gut-brain axis. The gut produces neurotransmitters, guys, like serotonin and dopamine, which are crucial for mood and cognitive functions. Candida overgrowth can disturb and disrupt this process, leading to an imbalance which affects your mood and focus. So often people are misdiagnosed with ADHD, ADD, bipolar, depression, all kinds of crazy things. They're misdiagnosed just because honestly what's happening is there's an inflammation going on from the Candida overgrowth in the gut, which is causing nutrient deficiencies, which is causing you to be what happens when all your nutrients are gone? Okay, what if you're not even eating nutrients in the first place? What if your diet sucks completely and the things that you're eating are also unbalancing you from a root level from what you're actually ingesting physically, okay? And then we go take pharmaceuticals on top of that, which destroys the gut health, okay? So 50% of what it is that we need to make that dopamine function in our brain that we can actually use to make us happy and to get up in life and to do those things that we need to do. 50% of that is murdered in our gut by the pharmaceuticals. And if guess what, 50% of it is produced in the gut and then it's actually being hindered by your lifestyle, and then you go get pharmaceuticals and then you put that in there, you're surely for sure going to make sure that you're not going to be able to regulate your hormones on your own ever. You're going to be dependent on those things. Okay, which then is going to suppress your immune system. Look at this. This is freaking scientific proven fact, guaranteed. And I have help for you. I've written many ebooks. I teach courses. I've been there, done that. I've gone through all of that, being diagnosed with all of these things. But guaranteed, none of them were real. Although exactly, I could tell you that there was problems in my life that I was going through. And it did cause me to lash out and to be moody and to be aggressive. And then I'd go eat bags of chips and some candy from the gas station and some McDonald's and go drink some beer. And I go talk some shit with my friends and just be like, what the fuck ever, who cares? And I would never deal with my problems. And from the inside out, I was rotting. I was killing myself. I was destroying every part of my being. And you know what happens when you do that? Eventually, you're going to hate your life because suffering actually sucks, okay? So let's get back to this. What feeds Candida overgrowth? Oh, let's see. Bad thoughts, bad energy, baked goods, pastas, breads, sodas, sugar, starchy foods, alcohol. All of this feeds the Candida, okay? Processed foods, high in preservatives, artificial ingredients. It kills the microbiome. And you know how important the microbiome is? You know how important it is for us to be able to have ultimate joy in our life? I don't mean, if you don't know what the importance of that is, I don't know what you're doing. Chronic stress, oh shit, check this out. So you can have chronic stress and then your immune system then gets lowered because the cortisol is ripping through you and telling you, oh, there's a tiger, I gotta run for my life. Oh my God, I gotta run for my life. Oh my God, I gotta run for my life. And there's no fucking tiger, guys. There's no tiger anywhere around. We don't have to run for our lives. So the stress that's coming from the inside out in our environment, from the things we eat and the things we think and the dreams that we have and how we treat ourselves and people and how we think it's okay to just go on and, pretend, it's not. Take your responsibility, your own responsibility back right now for yourself. And let's get through this. Antibiotics and steroids. These disrupt the balances of the good bacteria in the gut, allowing Candida overgrowth to be unchecked and continue growing. Holistic ways to bring Candida overgrowth into balance. Okay, so there's where we get into it. There's a solution. All right, so if the Candida is a fungus inside of my gut and it's taking over and then it's telling my neurotransmitters to crave things that I don't want, and then I eat those things and drink those things that I don't actually want because they're not good for me. But that Candida sure the fuck wants it. And then when you feed it, then it takes over and it's happy and all that. And then you start to get moody because, it's off-gassing and pooping inside of you and it's destroying your microbiome. It's destroying the flora inside of there. And what's happening then? Guess what? We go take pharmaceuticals that then just to try to help, and it destroys all of that good beneficial bacteria too. And then, you know what happens? Then we go drink kombuchas, lots of them, and we think, oh, we're good. I just drank kombucha. Shit, man, kombucha's filled with sugar. It's all good. You can think it's not, but they add extra sugar onto it to make it extra sweet afterwards, because if you tasted kombucha on its own after it's been fermented perfectly, it's not actually that delicious. It's kind of crazy. So if you add extra sugar and then you get those sugars inside of you, and guess what? your beneficial bacteria needs to get all the way through your intestines, all the way through every single part of you, down to what we call our gut, where it is that it's going to cultivate and actually bring back the beneficial flora energy in our being, and then it's going to start to percolate to us and through us, and then we can actually be more healthy and joyful. So there's a process to all this. I'm just kind of ranting and raving in this keynote presentation, letting you know that just don't give up on yourself. That's just not cool. I have friends, close friends that I've lost recently to the system, where they're like pretending they have all these problems, right? Because they're like shopping at thrift stores all of the time, and they're just buying all kinds of crap that they don't need. They're just obsessed. They're complaining, I don't have enough money all of the time, and how they could get kicked out of their house at any moment. They're like complaining about all this stuff. Meanwhile, they're taking the money that they do have and they're like going to the crazy thrift store to buy a bunch of freaking junk to come back and pack rat it in their house and make a gigantic mess that's just weighing their soul down. And every day watching this beautiful soul go down and down and down and down, and I help and I reach out and I try and I try and I try. Trying meaning that it didn't work, because trying also means you're always going to fail if you use that word, I'll try. So I actually did help, but it didn't work. So I say I tried. And, she pushed me away eventually, but then I got a text from my lady got a text that said that she went and got psychiatric help, and she's going to get pharmaceuticals to go on for all of her depression and ADHD and ADD. And I know all of you guys out there who have been taking Adderall your entire fucking lives. Just so you know, that's a great drug. Do Adderall all you want, but it fucks up your entire being and the dopamine function and your ability to actually create happy stability moods on your own from the inside out, from simple little tiny joys building up. So when you deplete yourself that low from the things that you do, from the recreational drugs, the bad foods, from the toxic TV that you watch in the news and the complaining and all these things, you build all of that up, and then you go and pick up other people's problem through empathy, because you're so freaking in a emotional state and in a low fucking vibratorial low empathetic state on top of that. So then you're picking up on traumas that aren't even yours, and you're allowing them into your lives, which is taking you down, which causes more depression. And you're an amazing being. You can create art, you can make music, you can do all kinds of beautiful, amazing things, but yet you're stuck not being able to get out of that pattern. And that pattern is what it is that kills our lives from the inside out. No matter how beautiful and amazing we are, that's something that people can see from the outside, and it may look good, but trust me, in the inside, it doesn't look good for these people. I'm here as a spiritual mindset coach, and I've been helping people all over the place and whom look fantastic out here. Oh, and they got all their photoshopped energy. They may have their boob jobs, or their dudes that maybe have their fucking, this, macho man, or whatever the fuck that is. It's all these games, guys. They're all games. It's a belief systems, bullshit belief systems. And if you believe that you're broken and you can't fix yourself unless you go get pharmaceuticals and a psychiatrist that you can go complain to all of the fucking time, while the government gives you a handout and pays for it, and then people give you sympathy so that you feel better about yourself because you want to play the victim role. Stop playing the victim role. That's the stupidest role ever. And stop being the oppressor. You know who you are and what you're doing. And you know what? All of you heroes out there, it's time to save everyone who needs to be saved right now for the last time. If you haven't saved yourself first, you can't be a hero. Trust me, that's where you have to start. So this journey to self-discovery, it starts with you waking up in the morning and taking your power back from all the things that take that power away from you, whether it's drugs or alcohol or coffee or complaining or this, that, or the other thing. All those things that are stopping you, that's called suffering. You're causing that. It's just a mental thing. So I know you look good out here, but inside you're mental, because you haven't found that part of yourself that wants to vibrate truly with your soul resonant frequency of why you came here, what you're doing, how did you get here. You have a body, 5 fingers on each hand. You have anyone out there who's listening who has a physical handicap, I apologize. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people with mental handicaps. Mental handicaps, guys. Mental handicaps. And those things, you may be a physical able body with all of your body parts fully intact and have lots of money and everything you want, but you're still stuck somewhere inside of here. That's because you have not admitted to yourself that there is something that you're ready to get through right now. And I'm here to help you get through that right now. That's why you're watching this video still, because you want to get through it. You need help. But all the other mainstream help absolutely does not help you. Or we already started with, what are they going to do? Hey, does this sound familiar? Here, take these pills. Yep, and go on. Live your life, go back to work, go back to school, do exactly what you're told, submit and obey. And if these pills don't work, take more. And if not, I'll give you another set of pills. And that's what the doctors tell you. And then they diagnose you with all these fake ass labels and you say, I am this, which means then you claim that. And then you're giving your power away instantaneously. If you don't know what that is, look into it. Through hypnosis, you can actually give your power away through the words that you tell yourself inside, by the way that you think to yourself, by the way that you have an inner language, an inner dialogue, an inner song, soundtrack, frequency, vibration going on to and through you. And as it does, sometimes it's in harmony with the best version of yourself, and sometimes it's in a not beneficial version of yourself. So anyways, I have a lot of exercises, I have a lot of supplements, I have a lot of anti-stress workshops and detoxification programs and all kinds of stuff to help you out right now so that you can deal with the Candida overgrowth that's going on. And if you address that, it's probably going to, I would say, improve your mental clarity, reduce the symptoms of what you think is ADHD and ADD and depression and bipolar disorder. And all of this, really is just you figuring out how to love yourself deeper and more than you've ever loved yourself before. And there's a lot of solutions out there. I also do an emotional freedom technique where it's called EFT, where we do tapping on the meridian points and we go in and we find what it is that's causing you to have these problems and these symptoms. And we go to the root of whatever it is, we find it. And then as we find it, we eliminate it by actually finding the opposite of what it is and saying, now I am here. So first, this is emotional freedom technique, and these are the meridian points. And when we tap on these meridian points right here, these ones that I'm using, I'll show you later if you're interested, send a message. But what we're doing is we're opening up all of the stuck energy in our body, and through the infinite energy is always flowing to us and through us. And if it's always flowing to us and through us, then we should have everything that we need, want, desire. Everything should be perfectly in alignment with the divine assignment. However, when it comes to us and then we have these thoughts that aren't in alignment, then we start to create these challenges in our lives that then start to actually mirror it in our body through mirror neurons. And then we start to create chemicals in our body, and that chemical cocktail inside of ourselves through the thoughts that we think that then release those things, then goes to our gut, that then releases brain, heart, brain, three brains come together, and then all of a sudden you're creating your reality. And everything around you is going to be a mirror reflection of that reality you're creating based on this infinite energy that comes to you and through you. And when you block it by having bad belief systems and energy coming through you, when you block that infinite energy, it's coming through the meridian points, it gets stuck. And for lifetimes it's stuck. So when we do the emotional freedom technique and we tap on these meridian points, we're literally, physically, mentally, emotionally, etherically, actually opening up all of the channels on the meridians by tapping on them using acupressure, and we're opening the floodgates so all of that infinite energy can flood through. Because if this is all of the rivers, all 5 fingers, energy's coming through them, boom, 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 freely. But then we get stuck in a belief system or something, and they start to get clogged up like that. So now the infinite energy can't flow freely through all of those rivers because now there's this big block. When we tap on those points, we're blocking those things so that the energy can flow to us and through us. And sometimes when we do that, we're unlocking things that have been stored traumatically for lifetimes inside of us. And those things that are stored inside of us may or may not be from this lifetime. Like I said, they may be from other lifetimes. And those traumas that have come have stopped that flow of energy inside of us. And that's what's been blocking us in our life. And so when we liberate that energy, those traumas, and we liberate that energy, that not so good energy, right? You know what happens? We get filled back up with all of that divine energy and information from the source prime creator of all that is, that absolutely knows how to create everything in perfect harmony in a symbiotic relationship with everything else, because there's a perfect pattern and formula, a golden meaning radio station for all life and how things communicate in this harmonious dance in and out of existence in a toroidal flow, how 50 trillion cells in your entire body communicate to themselves and make one being, you, up as this whole. I am named Sebastian Soulshine Wolf as this one whole. 50 trillion cells, all individual doing their own thing, but together we're one. And there's 8 billion people on the planet, and together we're one. And there's all kinds of organisms and energy all over the place, but together broken down to the molecular structure and smaller at the Planck scale, we are all energy vibrating in divine order. Something is dancing you, and something is breathing you, and something is pumping that blood through your body while you're talking to me. Something is making the magic of synchronicity and serendipity align to this very moment. You are the now. You are the best version of yourself you could ever be. That's why you're here. You're doing it. It is the time. You showed up and you're keeping up. There's nothing better that you could ever do. So give thanks to this space that you're in right now. Give thanks to this place that you are on this earth, wherever it is that you are. Give thanks for this life, this skin, this flesh suit, this clothes. Give thanks for everything. Be in a state of gratitude. That's the attitude to eliminate depression and anxiety and worry and all these other labels that they make up, and fuck all that cancer shit. You can, sir, beat your cancer, says Bashar. You can, sir, beat your cancer. If you're a ma'am, you can, ma'am, beat your cancer. Because it's just an illusion. Somebody made that shit up anyways. Of course things manipulate. Of course there's problems. Of course the world sucks. Of course there's bombs going over on people's fucking, over there in this place and that place. Of course there's a lack of food over there and these people are complaining over there. And of course there's a bunch of bullshit. There's hospitals filled with things and police stations filled with other things. So much to worry about. I might as well just go back to being full of anxiety, worry, and fear. And I might as well just get depressed all over again because it's a loop and I'm not going to be able to find my way out. Because I don't know if this video is long enough for me to keep watching it for the rest of my life to be happy. And I can't keep on depending on things outside of me to make me happy, because if I do, then what happens when they go away? Then I'm not going to be happy anymore. So I just need to figure out right now at this moment, Sebastian, can you tell me, how can I be happy now? How now can I be happy? And, well, I already told you, do some emotional freedom technique, drink some cacao. I have lots of videos. Watch through them. Start learning some stuff. There's tons of free resources there. This is a ramble that I'll probably put on YouTube. I'll probably cut it up into pieces and put it on Instagram and TikTok too. And in the meantime here, I'm at this beautiful, amazing place. I'm a professional house sitter. I travel the United States in circles, and I do all kinds of amazing things, including spiritual mindset coaching, including writing awesome books, including making epic art, including organic gardening and hiking and walking and doing breath work. And I love it. And doing Qigong and yoga and doing Agnihotra and communicating at tea shops, drinking tea with people. And I mean, there's so many beautiful things that we get to do. And if you're stuck in your stupid little town and you're done with it, leave, get out of there. And if you hate your life and you're just done with it, then get out of there too. There's so many other places to go. Take the opportunity. If you're younger than 18 and you're watching this, you can run away from home. It's 100% okay to do so if you're more responsible than your parents only. If you're not more responsible than your parents, stay home, okay? It's a safe place until it's not, and then you need to leave. So if you're responsible for yourself and you're an old person right now, dude, check this out. We're all supposed to be responsible for ourselves. And in doing so, you can't really do that when you're born as a little kid on this planet, and you need your parents for a long time to take care of you before you can actually take care of yourself. And if those parents are the not so good parents, you know what I mean? You probably got some of those not so good parents. If you're watching this, you have anxiety, worry, fear, depression, multiple personality disorders. You have all this bullshit labels and you've claimed it and you're just like, whatever, who cares? What's next? And you don't really like to tell people about it. But then you found me on this internet site. It's pretty cool because as a one-on-one spiritual mindset coach, I don't tell anybody about the things we go through. It's between me and you. We do it through Zoom calls. And it's a 90-day package. If you want to sign up, there's a link down below. Other than that, get a free copy of some of my content. If you send me a message that you watch this video all the way to the end, I will give you a free copy of my book. All right, and you can read that and tell me what you think. Blessings for now. I'm done ranting and raving, and I love my life. How does it get better than this? What's next?